What if I told you being too nice might actually be hurting your life? I know, that probably sounds wrong. After all, since childhood, we've been told, be kind, help others, always be nice. So how can being nice ever be a bad thing? Well, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the person who is always available, always helps everyone, and never says no, is often the one people appreciate the least? But the person who protects their time, focuses on their own goals, and doesn't try to please everyone somehow seems more respected, more confident, and often more at peace. So here's my question for you. Is being nice really the problem? Or is there something else we're missing? Let me explain. Let's understand this with a simple story. Imagine two friends, Ryan and Alex. Both joined the same company on the same day. Both are equally talented. Both work equally hard. But there's one difference. Ryan has one habit. He never says no. Whenever someone asks for help, he immediately says, "Sure, I'll do it." Need someone to finish your report? Ryan says yes. Need someone to stay late? Ryan says yes. Need someone to swap a weekend shift? Ryan says yes. At first, everyone loves him. His coworkers call him the nicest guy in the office. And hearing those words makes Ryan feel proud. Because he believes if I keep helping people, they'll always value me. But slowly, something begins to change. People stop asking, "Can you help me?" Instead, they start saying, "Ryan, you'll handle this, right?" Helping is no longer appreciated. It's expected. Without realizing it, Ryan has trained everyone to believe that his time is always available. Now, look at Alex. Alex is kind too. He helps people whenever he genuinely can. But sometimes he smiles and says, "I'd love to help, but I'm already busy today." At first, Ryan thinks Alex is being selfish. But something interesting happens. People continue respecting Alex. When he helps, they genuinely appreciate it because they know he isn't saying yes out of pressure. He's saying yes by choice. That's the difference. One person's kindness became an expectation. The other person's kindness remained a gift. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Ryan starts feeling frustrated. One evening, after staying late at work once again, he looks around the office. Almost everyone has already gone home. He quietly asks himself, why am I the only one who always ends up doing extra work? For the first time, he doesn't feel proud. He feels used. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It wasn't his coworkers who created this situation. It happened one small yes at a time. Every time Ryan ignored his own priorities to protect someone else's, his brain sent a silent message. Other people's needs are more important than mine. And without realizing it, the people around him started believing the exact same thing. This is something psychologists call people-pleasing. When you're constantly afraid of disappointing others, you stop making decisions based on what you want. Instead, you start making decisions based on what you think others expect from you. And that's where kindness quietly turns into self-neglect. Now, think about your own life. Have you ever replied, "It's okay," when it actually wasn't? Have you ever canceled your own plans just because you didn't want someone to feel bad? Or agreed to do something, even though every part of you wanted to say no? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. Millions of people do this every single day. Not because they're weak, but because they've confused being kind with being available to everyone. And those are not the same. A few days later, Ryan decided to try something different. A coworker walked toward him and said, "Hey Ryan, can you finish this report for me? I have too much work today." For a moment, his old habit came back. His mind immediately said, "Just say yes. Don't disappoint them." But this time, Ryan stopped. He looked at his own unfinished work, his own goals, his own time, and calmly said, "I'm sorry, I can't take this today. I need to finish my own priorities first." The moment he said it, his heart started beating faster because his biggest fear was not saying no. His biggest fear was what people would think about him after saying no. But then something surprising happened. Nothing happened. The office didn't collapse. People didn't hate him. His coworkers simply found another solution. And that day, Ryan understood something important. He wasn't afraid of losing people's respect. He was afraid of losing people's approval. And those two things are are completely different. Being a good person doesn't mean you have to sacrifice yourself every single time. You can care about others without forgetting yourself. You can help people without becoming responsible for everyone's problems. You can be kind and still have boundaries. Because the truth is, people don't respect you because you always say yes. They respect you when you respect yourself first. So the next time you feel pressured to help someone, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly want to help or because I'm scared they won't like me if I don't? If it's feel, then maybe it's time to choose yourself. Remember, the world doesn't need another person who keeps giving until they break. It needs people who are kind, but strong enough to protect their own peace.
Because the hidden cost of being too nice is not helping others. The hidden cost is forgetting that you matter too.